the World Cup champions of 1999.
What a victory for the Sri Lankans. A fantastic
Pakistan win the World Cup. A magnificent performance.
Here's the man who's been largely responsible for us over the last.
The first World Cup. That is Australia's joy. And England.
हेलो टू ऑल ऑफ यू अनदर एक्साइटिंग एपिसोड ऑफ मैच पॉइंट पे नई खबरें लेके दोबारा आपकी खिदमत में हाजिर हैं और एज यूजुअल हम चलेंगे टुवर्ड्स द हेडलाइंस एंड देन वी विल क्विकली प्रोसीड टुवर्ड्स द शो। पहली हेडलाइन जो है वो लाहौर कलंदर्स के बारे में है। एबी डिविलियर्स फ्रॉम द लाहौर कलंदर्स, व्हाट ही इज सेइंग फॉर द पाकिस्तानी पेसर्स। एबी डिविलियर्स इज सेइंग फर्स्ट टाइम आई हैव जॉइन्ड द लीग, I am seeing Haris Rauf, I am seeing Shaheen Shah Afridi, I have lot of pacers, right-handers, left-handers, but I have seen some amazing, phenomenal left armers in the Pakistan team and in the Pakistan Super League. And he remembers that when he was seeing Wasim Akram, he says that as a South African, I was a fan of his bowling and I admire Wasim Akram. And he thinks that this is the reason and phenomena behind this left armor myth, because lot of youngsters are idealizing Wasim Akram, and that's why we are seeing the more youngsters now in the Pakistan Super League with the left armor and the pacers and the pace battery, which is admiring the Pakistan's PM Wasim Akram, Waqar Yunus and the legendary fast bowlers evergreen battery of the team Pakistan. Cricket is a cruel game. One day you are a hero and one day you are a zero. The next news is about the David Vesey, who was very disappointed from the last over loss of Lahore Qalandars. The one day he was a hero and next day he was a zero, but this is the story of cricket. One day you touch the sky and other day you bite the dust. David Vesey hitting the six of the last ball to win the game for Lahore Qalandars. Now in the next match he concedes 6 of the last ball to lose the game for Qalandars. And this is Lahore Qalandar team is producing the very magical drama, and the dramas full of suspense, not only for us but also for Rana साहब। राना फवाद के लिए भी ये जो ड्रामा है ये किसी थ्रिलर से कम नहीं है। एंड आई कैन बेट दैट लाहौर कलंदर्स आर प्रोड्यूसिंग more mysterious and more thrillers and the thrilling dramas than Agatha Christie. Agatha Christie अगर जिंदा होती तो शायद वो इससे ज़्यादा सस्पेंस वाला नावल ना लिख सकती जो राना साहब की लाहौर कलंदर्स की टीम जो है जो नावल स्क्रिप्ट करती है इस पाकिस्तान सुपर लीग में। The next news is for the Chris Gayle universe boss. Chris Gayle has hitting 26 sixes in the 3 innings. No batsman in the ODI history has ever hit more than 26 in one series or one tournament or the bilateral series or any length or any World Cup or any multinational series. So this is some crazy hitting from the universe boss. The next headline is regarding the Johan Oliver. Johan Oliver, who was representing South Africa and one of the proud Springbok, making his debut for the South Africa in 2017 and playing only 10 tests and 2 ODIs for his country, and now no more available for the South Africa. And he has turned his back on the international cricket and he has signed for the Yorkshire as a Kolpak player. A lot of South Africans have done it in the past, but this was not understandable because he was recently been in the South African team and still he was ready to join them, but suddenly we don't know that what were the causative factors that let him let Olivier move to the Yorkshire as a call-back player. Javed Miandad, the legendary batsman of Pakistan, he is saying something regarding the Indian media and what India is crying and shouting. India is not willing to play Pakistan at any ground, in any game, whether it's a cricket, whether it's a hockey. Might be अब इंडिया की सोच में थोड़ी चेंज आ गई हो, लेकिन कहते हैं ना, लातों के भूत बातों से नहीं मानते. Javed Miandad says that Sourav Ganguly, who is saying abruptly that Pakistan should not play and India should not play to the Pakistan in the World Cup game, he says to the Sourav that let's come in a positive way, and might be Sourav Ganguly is doing this because he is knowing that he is going to participate soon in the upcoming Bengal elections. And according to the Javed Miandad, जो हैं वो कहते हैं पाकिस्तान के legendary batsman कि this seems to be a cheap publicity stunt from Sourav Ganguly of forcing BCCI and forcing the players and enforcing his thoughts in the media that India should not play Pakistan at any ground. Look at the positivity of Navjot Singh Sidhu, Kapil Dev, Sunil Gavaskar, Sachin Ramesh Tendulkar, who says that cricket must go on. And this is, I think, the spirit of the game. After the PSL Pakistan Super League, now we are jumping towards the India. India, what's going on? A part of say no to the war. India is playing cricket with Australia, and that's what we want. We should play cricket on every ground with every team, and this should be the spirit of cricket. India is playing with Australia, but India is not playing with Australia. Australia is playing with India. And this is the interesting part, that Team Australia, after getting the rubber and the defeat from the hands of Virat Kohli, first ever time, the first Asian captain to beat Australia in Australia, I think that this is the revenge series. Although the format is a little different, but Australia has now moved to India to play the ODI games and the T20 games, and you know what happened. Why this is the headline? Because Team Australia have beat India in their home in Channaswamy, Bangalore, and inside the Indian ground in front of the packed 46,000 Indian crowd. And this is the first ever time since 2008 when some team has got the victory, and the Australian team has got the victory on this very soil. And this is via the courtesy of Maximania, and we will tell you in the show once it proceeds that what Maximania did, what Maxwell did, how he axed Team India in their own home, which was not believable yet for the Australian fans. And the last news before going to the break is between West Indies and the England. Amazing series has been going in between both of them. Chris Gayle has been in the form of his life, while English team Joe Root winning the two amazing matches in spite of a huge total of West Indies. They showed the world how to chase matches in the ODI cricket. And don't forget, next World Cup is going on soon in the England, and England will be playing in their home and would be the team to watch in their home. So English team on the front foot and the West Indies winning the one game, and we will tell you the details that what happened in this ODI match series. But we have to take a short break, and when I will come back, we will discuss the matches of England versus West Indies and Australia versus India. And of course, I will not forget the Pakistan Super League, and we will jump off little bit of fun facts of Pakistan Super League in this very show. You are watching Match Point, and you can follow me on the Twitter and the Instagram for ADNAN KHAN, and of course you can follow us on the YouTube and the Facebook page with the same name, Greatest Empire USA. You are watching Match Point, and I will be right back. Welcome back on the show. As I told you before going to the break that we will discuss India versus Australia. आइए आपको कहानी बताते हैं कि इंडिया के साथ ऑस्ट्रेलिया ने क्या खेल खेला. तो जो पहला खेल खेला गया T20 सीरीज का, दैट वाज एट द चिन्नास्वामी स्टेडियम बेंगलोर, द स्टेडियम which belongs from the city of Anil Kumble, once the bowling coach and the Indian head coach. This match, India making 126 for the loss of 7 wickets in their given quota of 20 overs. Rahul making 50. विराट कोहली जो है वो टीम में वापस आ गए, एक लंबी छुट्टी पे जो रुखसत पे गए हुए थे वो वापस आए. He made 24 and at the end evergreen Mahindra Singh Dhoni, Mr. Reliable, making 29 runs. So the pile of 126 for 7 given to the Australian team on the Indian soil was not an easy target in front of this huge crowd and in front of their own wickets. But what happened next? Nathan Nile was the pick of the Australian bowlers. He took 3 wickets and then the Australian chase started. And early in the chase, Aaron Finch, Australia got a blow when Aaron Finch got a duck, and it was certain that Australia will not be smoothly sailing towards the chase. But the Maximania, Glenn Maxwell making 56, 3 wickets for Bumrah. Jasprit Bumrah was the pick of the wickets, and the Glenn Maxwell struck a crucial half century, and Australia edged out India with 3 wickets. And what a thriller, and the finish on the last ball of the game, and this was what of the exciting finish. We were not expecting that they will finish the game on the last over and the last ball, but on the penultimate ball, India had to lose the game against Aussies. And the second match, India made a huge total. Who can believe that after making 190 runs on the loss of 4 wickets, you can lose the game on your home soil when India is playing in front of their home crowd in their home soil, and they make 190 in 20 overs. And then who can believe that they cannot defend the total with the likes of Jasprit Bumrah in the team who put the Yorkers at his will. But कहते हैं कि जिसे अल्लाह रखे उसे कौन चखे, और कहते हैं जब बदबख्ती आई होती है तो वो हर जगह आई होती है. जब मार पड़नी होती है ना तो फिर वहाँ भी पड़ती है और यहाँ भी पड़ती है. And this is what happened in the second game. Kohli making 72 runs, again proving that he is the bestie of the best from the team India. Dhoni making 40, and then Rahul making 47, and the India piling up the huge total of 190 runs. And then what happened? Australia started the chase, and they chased because they had their man. That's why प्रीति जिंटा जो है उनको पता लग गया था कि उनका बंदा कौन है. That's why she is picky towards the Maximania playing the innings of his life, the best ever Aussie batsman in this very format, and one of my favorite Aussie in this very format, making 113 runs. Would you believe? At 55 balls only he took for this great innings, and Australia chased down the target, making 194 for 3 at the end of 19.4 overs with 2 balls to spare. Maximania was very special, and as I told you in the headline, this was the first ever series win in the India in any format for Team Australia since 2008, which is more than a decade. Now it's a time to discuss a little bit between the game between and the series between England and West Indies, which was going to be a very exciting series. Most of the people were thinking that it will be a one-sided series, but I was very delighted as a cricket fan after watching Team Sri Lanka coming back as a strong force in the cricket and Team West Indies coming back as a strong force. Everyone was saying West Indies has now been finished, Sri Lanka has been finished, and the other teams have gone up the level, and these two teams have gone below the par. But what an amazing end of the South African Sri Lanka series, and same happening in England and West Indies series. West Indies, who can believe West Indies beating England like this in the test game? What a brilliant balance and equilibrium I have seen now in the international cricket. The same was happening in the ODI games. So match number 1, ODI number 1, West Indies piling up 360 runs for the loss of 8 wickets, with a Chris Gayle making an amazing 135 runs in the game number 1, and Shai Hope making 64 runs. 3 wickets for the Adil Rashid and 3 wickets for the Ben Stokes, the best England team and the best ever balanced side from the England. And then the chase started, and we thought the pressure would be there of the Gale century, and it will be a easy target to defend for the West Indies. But you cannot underrate Jason Roy, Joe Root, and the amazing long never-ending tail of English team. And this happened the same in this match when the Jason Roy making 1, 2, 3. I'm not telling you the poems or the rhymes of the kids, but this is the score of the Jason Roy. 1, 2, 3. 123 was the score made by Jason Roy, while the English skipper Joe Root making 102 runs, and English team chasing 364 for the 4 in 48.4 overs and finishing the game with 1.2 balls to spare. This is the toughness of international cricket. This is what we say the equilibrium of cricket, when no one can judge even after making 360 or 380 plus in a game that whether they will be able to defend the game or not. 724, the match is the first ever ODI game with the 700 plus runs in the Caribbean islands. 724 runs बनाए गए वेस्ट इंडीज के जजीरे के ऊपर, जो इस जजीरे की हिस्ट्री का सबसे बड़ा टोटल है किसी दो टीमों के माबैन मैच के लिए. द प्रीवियस हाईएस्ट एग्रीगेट ओडीआई इन द वेस्ट इंडीज वाज 671 रन्स, जो 2007 के वर्ल्ड कप गेम में बने थे, एंड दैट वाज बिटवीन ऑस्ट्रेलिया एंड साउथ अफ्रीका इन बेसिटरे. और 361 run chased by the England in the game is the third highest total ever in the ODI history. And obviously you are knowing that what are the best of the best. The 2 best South African chases ever in the history of cricket, that was 435, 435 runs चेज किए थे. एक record चेज था साउथ अफ्रीका ने 2006 में साउथ अफ्रीका के अंदर विद द कर्टसी ऑफ हर्शल गिब्स एंड ग्राहम स्मिथ. ऑस्ट्रेलिया रिकी पॉन्टिंग की ऑस्ट्रेलियन टीम के खिलाफ ये गेम चेज हुआ था 2006 में जोहान्सबर्ग में. दैट इज स्टिल द रिकॉर्ड ऑफ द बेस्ट एंड द मैक्सिमम रन्स चेज्ड इन द इंटरनेशनल क्रिकेट. और इत्तेफाक से जो सेकंड चेज था, द सेकंड बेस्ट, दैट इज आल्सो against Australia and especially by the same very team South Africa. Only the ground was different, not Johannesburg, but this game was played in Durban back in the last decade, and this score was chased 372. So 435 372 के बाद अब ये तीसरा बड़ा टोटल था क्रिकेट की ओडीआई की तारीख में जो सक्सेसफुली चेज हुआ अब यहाँ पे इंग्लैंड की टीम ने किया. वाइल द इंग्लैंड्स प्रीवियस हाईएस्ट सक्सेसफुल चेज वाज 350, 350 जो है वो लकी फिगर माना जाता था इंग्लैंड का, जो उन्होंने न्यूजीलैंड के खिलाफ चेज किया 2015 के ओडीआई में. नोटिंघम के मैदान पे ये मैच खेला जा रहा था. Again proving old is gold, 39 years and 152 days. Universe boss Chris Gayle, at the age he became the 3rd oldest player to hit the century in the one-day internationals. Only Anchorperson Khan, 43 years and 142 days for the UAE against Afghanistan in 2014, and Sanat Jayasuriya with 39 years and 212 days for the team Sri Lanka against India in 2009 are the oldest players. So overall Gayle is the 3rd oldest player in the history of cricket to score a century in the declining age. शुएब मलिक को हम अब वेट कर रहे हैं कि मलिक जी कब अपना जलवा दिखाएंगे ताकि वो भी इस लिस्ट के अंदर अपना नाम जो है वो लिखवा सकें। क्रिस गेल has become the player with the most international sixes after he hit 12 sixes in the first ODI game versus England. Overall now, I want to tell you that Chris Gayle has moved on the 488 sixes now. He has crossed the best of the best. Shahid Khan Afridi 476 sixes. Lala boom boom Shahid Khan Afridi up to the date, and he has broken the record of Shahid Khan Afridi. Third in the list is the previous Lahore Qalandars skipper Brandon McCullum, who has smashed 398 sixes, 2 short of 400. And fourth in the list was the evergreen 90s player Sanat Jayasuriya, who put the myth of hitting the sixes at the will with 352 sixes at that time. And then Rohit Sharma, the Indian solid man with a 349, and the previous Indian skipper is last on the list, Mahindra Singh Dhoni, with 348 sixes on the trot in the cricket matches. Second ODI, now we will jump between the West Indies versus England. West Indies making 289 for the six. Chris Gayle making again 50. He is in the form of his life. Hitmer, who is playing some extraordinary cricket for the West Indies, making 104. And looks like to me the easy chase for the England, who is the previous game chasing 350 plus target. But this is what cricket is. One day you are jumping and touching the sky, and the next day you are biting the dust. Chase started, and the Ian Morgan making the brisk 71, Ben Stokes 79, but they were not enough to meet the excellence of Team West Indies. England was all out on 263 and 5 wickets for Sheldon Cottrell. He was the man to watch in the terrific form in this very game, and West Indies ultimately winning by 26 runs this game. Third ODI, which was not played because of the rain-washed game, and it was tied. That match was tied, and when the fourth match came, the English forces come with a great force and with a great planning. With the fourth ODI, England making 418 for 6, again proving that why they are best in the business in this current format, when their tail is having a never-ending tail until the number 10, the best team in the ODI so far, with keeping in mind that the current Cricket World Cup will be played in the England, and England is the only top-level recognized team which has not won the World Cup. Record of losing the 3 amazing World Cup grand finales. This is the best time for the England to wipe off all the blushes from their pocket, and ये इससे बेहतरीन मौका इंग्लिश टीम के पास वर्ल्ड कप जीतने के लिए नहीं हो सकता जब वो अपनी इतनी बेहतरीन फॉर्म में हो। 418 6 विकेटों के नुकसान पे इंग्लिश टीम ने बनाए, with Ian Morgan 103 and Butler making 150, would you believe, 150 रन्स बनाया, 2 खिलाड़ियों की सेंचुरी, और ऑलमोस्ट लगभग 2 खिलाड़ियों ने मिलकर 300 तक के रन अप्रॉक्सीमेटली रन्स बनाए. एंड देन the game and then the chase started, and Chris Gayle living up to the reputation, not like this the one day hero, next day failure. One day he made the 150 plus, then next match he made 50, and in this game when the pressure was on and he was on the chase, आम ख्याल ये था कि अब चेस के अंदर क्रिस गेल जो है वो प्रेशर में आ जाएंगे और कोलैप्स करने के चांसेस हैं, बट ही मेड 162 अगेन, मेकिंग एन अदर 150 इन अ वन गेम आफ्टर. 3 मैचों के अंदर बड़े स्कोर, अगेन प्रूविंग दैट व्हाई ही हैज बीन कॉल्ड द यूनिवर्स बॉस. लेकिन इस टीम को बाकी भी मेहनत की जरूरत थी कि जो मेहनत कम हुई, दैट्स व्हाई इंग्लैंड वाज ऑन द टॉप. Bravo making 61, Braithwaite make 50, but that was not enough to see the high score of 400 plus of the English team, and West Indies at the end got collapsed 389 all out. 5 wickets for Adil Rashid and 4 for the Wood, and England winning the game by 29 runs. 807 runs scored in this match between the West Indies and England is the third highest aggregate now in the ODI history. Before now moving to the end and finishing the show, I want to quickly wrap up some Pakistan Super League facts. Let's move to the Pakistan Super League facts. Colin Ingram, 127 not out of 59 balls, is the highest score in the PSL. First 100 by a foreigner in the Pakistan Super League. Ingram is having the career best innings, and this is the 188 highest successful chase by the Karachi Kings. Quota's Gladiators, Moin Khan, Sarfaraz Ahmed and Viv Richards Gladiators in this PSL win percentage is 70% when they win the toss, as I told you in the previous show, and when they lose it, their percentage goes to 38%. So let's see, and they will have to be very careful because they are the two-time losers in the crunch matches and in the grand finales. So if they have to make sure that if they are in the grand finale, they will have to chase to win the game. They generally opt to bowl first after winning the toss, as I told you. And now the next PSL fact which I want to tell you about the Islamabad United skipper Mohammad Sami, 37 years and 363 days. Mohammad Sami is the oldest player in the history of T20 internationals to take a hat-trick. Take a bow! And the next news, the next fact of the Pakistan Super League is regarding the evergreen Hassan Ali. Hassan Ali of the Peshawar Zalmi and the pride of Pakistan team. He has been amazing. What a tournament for Hassan Ali. 15 wickets for Hassan Ali so far at the amazing average of 7.06, and he has now still 5 more games to go. Last year, keep remembering that the leading wicket taker of the Pakistan Super League was having the 18 wickets, and Hassan is right now at 15, 4 behind the leading wicket taker, and who knows, he became the leading wicket taker of this very tournament. Only 2 batsmen have hit 4 sixes in 4 balls in the Pakistan Super League. Of course, आपको पता लग गया होगा कि मैं कैरन पॉलार्ड की बात कर रहा हूँ. पॉलार्ड ने इस पाकिस्तान सुपर लीग सीजन 4 में 4 बॉलों पे 4 छक्के मारे, लेकिन इससे पहले एक दफ़ा ये कारनामा पाकिस्तान सुपर लीग में पहले भी हो चुका है. कौन कर चुका है ये कारनामा? आपको ज़्यादा दिक्कत नहीं पेश आएगी ये जानने के लिए, क्योंकि है हमारे पास लाला शाहिद खान, बूम बूम शाहिद खान अफरीदी. ये कारनामा कैरन पॉलार्ड से पहले प्रीवियस PSL में इंजाम दे चुके हैं. I'm tired and you will be tired, so it's a time to close the show. But before closing the show, what we do? Then killer factor. So the music is on. Killer factor, something to tell you about the centuries. Not about the centuries, but about the centuries which make you zero. What it means? ऐसी सेंचुरी जो आपको हीरो नहीं बल्कि जीरो बना दे. ऐसी कुछ सेंचुरियों के रिकॉर्ड मेरे पास हैं कि कौन हीरो से जीरो बना और सेंचुरी बनाने के बाद. तो जो रीसेंट जीरो था, ही वॉज द यूनिवर्स बॉस Chris Gale. What I mean now you will be understanding. This is the myth of the killer factor. 24 centuries he have made. Out of 24, 10 times those centuries came into the losing cause. 10 मरतबा सेंचुरी बनाने के बाद वेस्ट इंडीज की टीम ये मैच हार गई। तो ऑब्वियसली आप समझ रहे होंगे कि यूनिवर्स बॉस इज द वर्स्ट इन द लूजिंग कॉज, लेकिन ऐसा नहीं है। धन धन धन, ऑफ कोर्स समवन इज हैविंग मोर सेंचुरीज इन द लूजिंग कॉज। दिमाग दौड़ाइए, सोचिए, हु इज द वन हु हैज मेड एंड हु हैज पुट मोर सेंचुरीज इन द लूजिंग कॉज? Who was the man we were believing and we were shouting in 2011 World Cup? Let him make a century and let Pakistan win the game. But Pakistan never listened and didn't let him make the century, and ultimately Pakistan losing the game. Sachin Ramesh Tendulkar from India, he is having the 14 test centuries in a losing cause, and that is up to the date world record yet to be broken. Chris Gayle is 4 behind him, and if we go now by the team batting first, Chris Gayle is having a record of 7 centuries in a losing cause while batting first, and in the 4 centuries he have chased the match. While chasing, West Indies lost, but in the batting first 7 times he was the failure. Even after making 100, West Indies team lost the game. But here he also lost the race with Sachin Ramesh Tendulkar. This is a killer factor, because while batting first, Sachin Ramesh Tendulkar beat Chris Gayle over here also by making 11 centuries, in which batting first, in spite of making century, Team India lost the game. I hope you would have liked the killer factor, and when next time I will be coming, the last leg of the Pakistan Super League in Dubai, Abu Dhabi and Sharjah would have been wrapped off. The game would have been played in the Abu Dhabi and then back one game in Dubai, and we will be ready to see you in Pakistan. So till then, Dr. Adnan says you goodbye. Take care and bye-bye. After नहीं काट दीजिएगा after. The next news is for the next news is, बल्कि next news नहीं कहता वही मैं. So this was it for the short headlines, and we will move quickly to the show. But we will have to take a short break over here, and when I will come back, we will discuss what's. And now the next.
Fantastic.
Here's the man who's been largely responsible for it over the last.
The first World Cup, that is Australia's joy and England.